I'll have a blue Christmas without you. I'll be so blue just thinking about you. Decorations are red on a green Christmas tree. Won't be the same, dear, if you're not here with me. And when those blue snowflakes start falling, that's when those blue memories start calling. You'll be doing alright with your Christmas so white, but I'll have a blue, 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 blue Christmas. You'll be doing alright with your Christmas of white, but I'll have a blue, 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 blue Christmas.
Hi guys, this is Andrew with rockclass101.com, and in this week's ukulele lesson, Katie's going to be teaching you how to play a very beginner-friendly version of Blue Christmas. So we thought we'd have a little bit of fun with this tune, and instead of doing a solo ukulele arrangement, we thought we'd twist it up a little bit and do a band arrangement, which was super duper fun. So we actually have this lesson split into two parts. This video is going to be the part 1 lesson, and Katie will teach you the rhythm ukulele part. And in the part 2 lesson, I'm going to be teaching you the solo that I played. So if you want to check out the part 2 lesson, then click this link right here, or go to the site rockclass101.com and do a search for Blue Christmas. On that page, you'll be able to get the tabs that you can print off as a PDF format, as well as access the on-screen tab viewer. Now, this is a really cool feature where you can hit play, you can watch the tab scroll across in real time, you can highlight bars, loop sections, slow it down. It's just a really great asset for tackling a song like this that much easier. So for this lesson, the part that you're going to be learning from Katie is very beginner friendly. So I've stated that already. And it's beginner friendly in one aspect, that the strum pattern you're going to be learning is pretty much a variation of the island strum. So it's very simple, but what may be a bit tricky for those who are beginner players is that some of the chord shapes may be new to you, as well as there's a couple bar chords. So if you need a recap on some of the fundamentals like proper left hand form, and this lesson that I'm going to link up here in a sec, that covers what you should be doing in front of the neck as well as behind the neck. So behind the neck is the area that is often overlooked by beginners. So if you need a recap on some of the fundamentals, check out that lesson. It's super, super helpful. Now, in the part 2 lesson, I'm going to be teaching you the solo that I played, and that was at that link I put up just a second ago. And the solo is going to be great for those of you who are more advanced. So if you're looking for something a little bit more challenging to tackle, then I'll see you in the part 2 lesson for that. And I do want to say that last but not least, and this is what's fun about the band tunes that we tackle, there are backing tracks that you can download as well. So we have the full band backing track in 3 different speeds, 100%, 75%, and 50%. So once you learn the tune, you can jam along with the band. So all that is at that link. I'll put it in the description box below. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and hand it off to Katie to teach you how to play this, and then I'll see you at the end of the video.
Hello and thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to learn a version of Blue Christmas on the ukulele, and it's going to bounce between open chords and some bar chords. Well, not too many bar chords. They're going to have some familiar shapes, but we're going to bounce between the lower part of the fretboard and the upper part of the fretboard just to create more of a jazzy feel, just to mix things up a bit, so that when you're learning this piece, you'll be able to actually pick and choose what chord voicings you like the best. So, thought I'd give you that option. Well, let's get started. So let's start from the beginning. We have 2 measures of D and then 2 measures of A7. So for the first measure of D, I'm using this voicing right here. And then for the second voicing, I'm using this one right here. So here we have all 3 fingers, 2nd fret, or I've seen it done this way where I take finger number 1 and I press down on these 2, and then finger number 2 presses down on that E string right there. I've also seen it barred this way. I like this one. And then we have 5th, 6th, and 7th fret. It looks like stairs. Do, 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 do. So finger number 1 will push down on the 5th fret of these 2 strings. Finger number 2, 6th fret. Finger number 3, 7th fret of the G string. Like that. A7. Finger number 1, 1st fret C string. And then this one might be a little bit of a finger twister because you're using all 4 fingers for this one. It's not barred. You could bar it, but why not? So this one, we're just going to use all 4 fingers. So how I do this is that I let finger number 1 just drop down 1 string closer to my toes, and then I'm going to slide it up to the 5th fret. And then my middle finger, finger number 2, that's going to be on the 6th fret of the G string. Then here, fingers 3 and 4, they're on the 7th fret. But you see how I left this one right here? It's kind of like a little split right here. So they're not right next to each other. They're split. So A7, slide up, guide, like that. And so how I'm strumming that is going to be down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. But what I'm doing in between is a little bit of muting. And so what I do is that I, immediately after I strum, I'm going to release the pressure off of my left hand. So it's going to sound like this. Like that. So it's a bop, 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 bop. And if you notice, I'm taking my pinky, I'm lightly touching that A string so that it mutes it as well. You want some space. You want to create some space, and I'm going to show you why in just a second. And then it's particularly easy when you have this all the way up here on the 5th, 6th, and 7th fret because all strings are covered. Yeah? So we have squeeze, let go, squeeze, let go, squeeze, let go, squeeze, let go. And when I say let go, I don't mean completely let go of the fretboard. I mean just let go of the pressure, but please keep your fingers in contact with the strings because that's going to prevent them from vibrating. Okay? And that's what we want. Quick little bop, 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 bop. So it would sound like this. Down, 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 up, bop, bop, ba da da da. So on those 8th notes, the down, up, I'm going to squeeze. So I'm not going to use any muting effect right there. Only on the first 2 quarter notes on counts 1 and 2. 1, 2, squeeze. 1, 2, squeeze. And then slide up here. 1, 2, squeeze. 1, 2, down, up, down, up. Same with the A7. Down, 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 up, slide, finger twister. Hear that? So you have low, high, low, high. So let's try that all together very slowly from the D to the A7. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 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 up, slide, down, 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 A7, down, down, finger twister, here comes. Okay, now if you notice in between my D and this one, A7, and then this voicing. I'm actually leaving the previous chord just a touch early so that I can get to the upper voicing right on count 1. So here's some dead space. So it's really important just to keep that strumming pattern going. If you end up muting the strings and strum, that's really common. So, but the most important thing is that the next chord voicing is on the downbeat. So I'm going to play that again so that you can listen to the kind of the space in between. And it's okay if it's not completely perfect where you hold this one for 4 counts and then you slide up here and hold this one for 4 counts. You're going to hear some space in between, some dead space. All right. Or muted space, I should say. So I have down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. You hear some in between. Just as long as I keep my fingers in contact with the fretboard, it's going to mute the strings and it's going to go by so quickly people aren't really going to notice. So that's something that you can keep in mind when you're transitioning from the lower part of the fretboard to the upper part of the fretboard, well, within any song really, because then your transitions will seem smooth because you have that next chord right on the downbeat. Okay, now we're going to move on to the I'll be so blue just thinking about you. Hey, we're going to use almost the same chords. So we have A7, down, 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 up, down, up. The finger twister, down, 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 up, down, up. And then we have our D, down, 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 up, down, up. Now we're going to use this island D7, as I've heard it called. All we're going to do is lift our middle finger up, like this, leaving this one open. So let's give that a try. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, low A7, down, down, finger twister, slide up, 1, 2, 3, and then we have our D, down, 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 up, middle finger lift. All right, let's do that again. So we have A7, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, A7, down, 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 slide up and down, 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 regular D, 2nd fret. Lift the middle, down, 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 up, down, up. Now you'll notice in the next section, I still have a D7, but I'm going to be using this voicing just to change things up sonically, because then if we leave this here, it may be just a little bit plain, and so I thought I would use the barred version instead to have some fun with some variations. So what I'm doing is that I'm taking finger number 1 and I'm barring across the 2nd fret, and then finger number 2, that's going to be on the 3rd fret of that A string. And the wonderful thing about using a bar chord and this muting strumming pattern is that you don't have to have the death grip on your fretboard. And really, you really shouldn't have the death grip on your neck anyway. You should only be using enough pressure to make a clear sound. And I think people, what happens is that when they have a bar chord, they just clamp their hand on the fretboard and then they hope for the best. But really, I think they're using too much pressure. And so what you want to do is that if you want to experiment, just apply enough pressure to each string and see where you need to adjust, where you need to apply a little bit more pressure, rather than just clamping down and then wearing out your hand muscles and just hoping for the best, right? But like I said before, this muting strumming pattern is really comfortable, at least I found for myself and also for a lot of my students, is that when they strum down and they squeeze once, and then they're able just to release that pressure, then they don't feel like they have to hold on for forever and ever. So I'm using this voicing right here for this D7. We're going to play that twice. So we're not going to bounce between a variation here and then on the upper part of the fretboard. We're just going to keep this here. So we're going to use the same strumming pattern. Down, 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 squeeze, let go, down, up, down, up. So let's give that a try. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, down. Here we go. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. And then I chose just an open G right here. So no bar chords. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. We have this E7. Down, 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 up, down, up. Now we're going to use this E7 for the second measure. It should look very familiar. Why? Look, here's our D7, and then we slide up 4th fret, down, 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 up, down, up. And then for the A7, you could strum and hold it, but in the play along, I actually pluck right there. If you're not here with me, it follows the melody line. So I have 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's go over that slowly. So we have our D7, 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, G, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, E7, down, down. Okay, now bar the 4th fret, slide up, down, 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 up, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the second part of the song is very similar to the first part of the song, except, well, we have our D7, 2 measures, but we have 1 measure of G, 1 measure of E7. We have A7, and then we have the finger twister, and then we'll have a D to finish everything out. I'm not going to use the upper voicing at all at the very end. So let's try from the D7. So it's a you'll be doing all right, because the very first part is very similar to the first part of the verse. So ready? D7, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down. Here we go. And down, 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 up, down, up, down, down. G chord. Christmas E7. Now here comes the A7 on the 1st fret. Okay, now slide up 5th, 6th, 7th fret. Regular D 2nd fret. Down, down, up, down, up, down. So let's go over everything very slowly from the very beginning. All right, let's give it a try. A 1, a 2, a 1. I'll have a blue Christmas, A7, without you. I'll be so blue. Ready, finger twister? Just thinking. Ready, D, 1, 2. Lift middle finger. Bar 2nd fret, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down. G, green Christmas tree. E7 won't be, bar the 4th fret, the same dear. If you're not here with me, and when those blue snowflakes start falling, that's when those blue memories start calling. You'll be doing alright with your Christmas white, but I'll have a blue, 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 blue Christmas. after that, you have an instrumental, which is really the first part of the verse, and then the tag, which is that you'll be doing all right with your Christmas so white. But I'll have a blue, 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 blue Christmas. Well, I hope you don't have a blue, blue, blue Christmas. I hope you have a very, very Merry Christmas. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you had fun with learning something from the lower part of the fretboard or bouncing between the lower part of the fretboard and the upper part of the fretboard. Really, you could just interchange any of these chords from lower to upper or upper to lower. But what it does is that it just really changes the feel of the song. It just makes it feel really jazzy. And then you can use these other chord voicings within other songs that you'd like to, if you're jamming with other people and you wanted to mix things up. So hopefully you can take these things and put them in your memory bank and then take them out whenever you felt like it. If you felt like, yeah, I really want to use that voicing, that would be a lot of fun. So I hope you had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun making this arrangement and teaching you, and I hope to see you in the next one. All right, bye.
All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this lesson. It's always fun when we do a band song. They're just, I just love it. You know, I've always enjoyed playing in ensembles and jamming with other folks. And when you have so many friends that are talented like I have, it's just becomes super awesome. But hey, those talented friends of mine you can jam with too. So if you guys want to check out the part 2 lesson, get the tabs and get the backing tracks, that is all available at that link. Or you can go to the site rockclass101.com, do a search for Blue Christmas, and you can find it that way too. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. We'll see you in the next one, and have a very Merry Christmas.